So the thing that we're seeing with this little girl here is all this trouble that she's got up here. Now that could be coming from a bunch of different things, okay? So before we start working on it, I just want to bring these things up. We'll kind of play with it a little bit, see how she gets along, but I want to bring these things up just a little bit. A lot of horses will do that twisting of the head. Now she's only 3, okay? And because she's 3, she's got a lot of different stuff going on in her mouth right now. She's got teeth erupting, she's blowing caps, she's got a whole bunch of changes that are happening inside her mouth. She might even have some wolf's teeth. I don't know if you've had those pulled in her or not. She's had them pulled, okay. So, but you've got a lot of changes that are happening in her mouth, especially at this age, at 3. Well, that could be stress as well. Okay, so if that's new and that's never shown up before, that could just be this place. So, again, before we try and fix it, we got to know where it's coming from. Let's turn her around, go the other way, and we're going to stay kind of on this end of the arena here. All right. Now, let's go ahead and ask her to stop. All right. You need to itch your nose there, girl. Poor thing. Very itchy. Okay. Just let her itch. People always get themselves all cranked up when a horse wants to do that. They always ask me, should I let them do that or not? My answer is, have you ever had a little thing on your nose where you wanted to itch it real bad? It's the only thing you can think about. Okay, let's see how you get along. I think she's going to really kind of take to this. You said she didn't back much? She hasn't? No? There you go. There you go. I know. You're fine. Yeah, you're right. She doesn't back. How's that feel? Feels pretty good? There you go, little one. Let's ride her forward. Off you go. I use backing quite a little bit when I'm working with horses, especially young horses. Not that we're going to back them clear across the arena, although there are times where we might do that. But I use that backing for a couple of reasons. One of them is to get the horse used to the idea of letting go of that bit instead of pushing on it. Where she's at right now, and this is why we would like to get a handle on this right now, is because she's really young. She's only a baby. She hasn't had a lot of time under saddle. But what we have going on with her is she's pushing on the bit a lot. And there's also some stuff going on with her hands that we'll talk about here in just a minute. But so she's got a lot of this going on, right? Now the reason she's doing that is because she's getting a release for doing that. Okay? So she's pushing on that, and every time she pushes and turns her head, your hands are going with her head. Okay? So in other words, she's creating a boundary for you, but you're not creating a boundary for her. So what we want to be able to do here with her is start showing her how to let go of that bit instead of how to push on the bit. Generally speaking, I'm going to work on that through backing. There's a couple of reasons I do that. Work on it through backing because it's a relatively easy thing for her to do. It starts getting her the understanding of how to let go of the bit. And then we can help her and then help you do something different with your hands. And so this will start going away. Okay? So let's go ahead. We're going to bring her up here and then we'll stop again. Now, did you hear me when I was talking with Anna about when you ask her to stop? You stop first and then ask her to stop? Okay, that's what you want to do. Okay? The other thing that we want to do is make sure that when she stops, that we don't end with her pushing on the bit. Okay? So, in other words, we would like it if when she stops, that she gives to the bit rather than pushes on it. Okay? Girl, there you go. We're looking for her to relax a little bit. So rather than fighting and pushing and carrying on doing all that stuff, it'd be really nice if she could just let go here, and then you'll feel you'll feel the softness travel all the way. She's trying to let go through her neck now. And you'll feel it all the way through her body. She's leaning a little bit, but that's not bad. There you go, little one. Now I'm going to keep a hold of her reins for you. Okay, and we're going to walk her forward. Okay, let's go forward. There you go. And so on a scale, she's actually pretty willing to try and let go of this when we ask. But you can see, again, I'm not using a lot of pressure here. She's putting some pressure on there. But she's going to let go of that. There she goes. So what I would really like from her is that when she leans down on that bit, that she doesn't get a release. And so she can just learn how to carry herself without having to fight too much. There she goes. And it'll be much more comfortable for her. There she goes. There you go, little one. And so there she's just kind of carrying herself, which is what we're looking for. You feel the difference in how she's moving now? So by softening this up here, you can feel that her body is now softening. So you'll hear a lot of times hear folks talking about collection and how you want the horse driving from the back end. And that's, yes, absolutely. The problem with that is, if you don't address the front end, the energy from the back end has no place to go. So it runs up into the front end, hits this big brace, and then starts bouncing back and forth between her tail and her head. So what we're trying to do is help her. And she's just a baby, so whatever we teach her right now, she's going to take with her for the rest of her life. So if we can teach her how to carry herself a little better, which is what we're doing there, here you go. So what we're doing is we're asking her to carry herself for a certain amount of time. Okay? So we're going to ask her to carry herself at this point for about 5 steps. So carrying herself, self-carriage for about 5 steps. Okay? So if she's leaning on the bit, we don't count those steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'll count as fast as I can. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll just let her go. Try not to let her get to the end of the reins and then pull your hands. Wherever your hands are is where the boundary is, okay? So she can't go past where your hands are. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How are we doing, Anna? You doing all right?
Right, but
you look good.
He's still out. He was just forceful.
Yes, he's got it. Oh, he just resists.
Okay.
But a lot more than his 0.5.
Yeah, we should
The
have
5
that.
or the 10.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's better. And then she can start learning how to carry this a little better. What she's going to start figuring out is that it's way easier for her just to carry herself like she would in the pasture instead of pushing on this thing and causing herself some trouble. 3, 4, 5. There you go. Feel it? There you go. Feels much better. Okay. Well, we can fix that. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's nice, Anna. We'll get him to drop his head a little bit and that'll feel even better. He's kind of not quite using his back end yet, but that'll change. Okay. One, two, three. Okay. There it is. Feel it? 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at you. Just like downtown, only not as crowded. So you're going to go about 5. There you go. 3, 4, 5. Look at her. And then just let her go. So what she's going to do now, she's going to start finding out, you know what, this is a lot easier than what I was doing. She's going to start carrying herself. Now, ask her, so if that starts happening, just ask her to bring her head down by taking up a little contact. There. There. So she doesn't have to be in the perfect frame. We're just asking her to soften up a little bit. That's all. It's not about her having to do the perfect thing here. It's just about doing something different than what she's doing and seeing if she can maintain it for you. There, see, now you're starting to get her to engage her back end a little bit. Pick up a little bit more. There you go. You may have to shorten your range just a little bit. And I'm not saying use more pressure. I'm just saying get a little closer to her. Okay? There you go. There you go. And soften your hands just a little. There it is. Just like that. All right, I'll let you ride around for a little bit. Have fun. Dang it.